ಶ್ರೀ ಗಣೇಶ ಶಾರದಾ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಉತ್ತರಂ ಯತ್ ಸಮುದ್ರಸ್ಯ ಹಿಮಾದ್ರೇಶ್ಚೈವ ದಕ್ಷಿಣಂ ವರ್ಷಂ ತದ್ಭಾರತಂ ನಾಮ ಭಾರತೀ ಯತ್ರ ಸಂತತಿಃ. Welcome to all for this session on Skanda Purana to chapter 29 of Kedar Khanda in Maheshwara Khanda. In the previous part of the chapter we have seen, in the previous part of the story we have seen the birth of Kumara Swamy, the son of Parvati and Parameshwara, and then he was appointed as the commander-in-chief of the entire divine army, and that army fought against Taraka, the army of Daityas, under the commandership of Kumara Swamy. Lomasha the Suta, continuing the story, he says, the two armies, that of Suras and that of Daityas, had all the four divisions of an army. They had many wonderful weapons and equipments. They roared at each other like clouds at the advent of rainy season. They shone well. In the meantime, Devas and Asuras began to dance and jump on one another. All of them of great strength fought one another. The fight between Daityas and Devas was very tumultuous and exciting. Within a moment, the whole battlefield became marked or colored with mutilated trunks and severed heads. Hundreds and thousands fell on the ground. The arms of some were cut off by terrible blows of swords. Indeed, Muchukunda was very powerful. He was famous in the three worlds as a man of unmeasured courage and valor. Taraka was then hit in the chest with all might with a sword by the intelligent Muchukunda. Enduring that blow, Taraka laughingly spoke these words, "O dull-witted fellow, what is it that has been achieved by you through your strength? I do not wish to fight with you. It is shameful to fight with a human being." On hearing the words of Taraka, Muchukunda spoke, "O chief Daitya, you have been well nigh killed on being struck by me. You do not deserve to be otherwise. Experiencing the blow of my sword, you will never stand in front of me. I am going to kill you. See my valor, O king of Daityas, be steady." After saying thus, when the heroic Muchukunda of great strength struck Taraka with his sword, he was hit with a javelin. The son of Mandhata, the Muchukunda was the son of Mandhata. The son of Mandhata fell down in the battlefield. Though fallen, the slayer of inimical warriors got up instantaneously. Getting ready to kill Taraka, the lord of Daityas, then the exceedingly powerful son of Mandhata, the sole conqueror of the world, seized a bow and took a Brahmastra, that is, the miraculous missile with Brahma as its presiding deity. That warrior of great force and speed, who became very furious and whose eyes were full blown, got ready to fight with Taraka. At that time, Narada, the son of Brahma, spoke thus to Muchukunda, the human warrior, "Taraka cannot be killed by human being, hence do not discharge this great missile Brahmastra." On hearing the words of Narada, the celestial sage Muchukunda asked, "Who will then be his slayer?" Then Narada, of divine vision and great splendor, said, "Kumara will going to kill him. This Kumara is the son of Shiva, hence all of you should stand ready, fight jointly, restrain yourself. O Muchukunda, of great intellect, stand ready." On hearing these fascinating and auspicious words uttered by that sage of great effulgence, all the Suras became completely calm and quiet, along with that most excellent one among human beings. Then dundubis were sounded, conchs were blown, different musical instruments were played by both Suras and Asuras. Suras who had prepared for a fight with Devas roared. Virabhadra, who was born of the anger of Shiva, became exceedingly furious. Accompanied by many Ganas, he approached Taraka of great strength, and making Muchukunda the Suras stand behind him. Then all the Pramathas kept Kumara at the head and fought in the battle. With there the Ganas, beginning with Virabhadra, killed the enemies with tridents, swords, daggers, nooses, axes, and iron clubs. In that mutual clash of Suras and Asuras, all of them struck and killed one another. Struck hard by Virabhadra with his trident, Taraka fell down there at once. He was in a swoon for a short while. Within a muhurta, mean the 24 minutes, within 24 minutes, Taraka, the great Daitya, regained consciousness and got up. He struck back Virabhadra with great force. Virabhadra, the powerful follower of Shiva, whose splendor was great, attacked Taraka, who had a javelin with a terrible trident. Fighting thus, they struck at each other. A tumultuous duel took place between those two noble souls. Then Suras became mere spectators in that war. The three worlds were filled with the loud sounds of beres, mridangas, patahas, anakas, gomakas, and damaros. By means of that loud sound, those two combatants of great strength shone splendidly. They were exceedingly excited and shattered completely on account of blows. Enraged furiously with each other, they resembled Buddha and Angaraka, Mercury and the Mars in the fighting. Narada then revealed to Virabhadra the details about the death of Taraka. Virabhadra then did not like those words that Narada said about the death of Taraka. Just as Rudra, so also Virabhadra was exceedingly powerful. Fighting thus, they struck at each other. They vied with each other in roaring like two lions. While those two were thus fighting on the ground, Virabhadra was prevented by means of various words of Narada. The noble souled sage Narada, the most excellent one among those who had perfect knowledge, on hearing those words coming out of Narada's mouth, Virabhadra, who had become very furious, replied to Narada, I will kill Taraka today. See my valor. Those heroes who make the master, mean the Kumara Swamy, master to come down to the battleground are sinners and extremely unrighteous. Those who go to the battlefield but begin to ponder over what they should do and should be known as cowards, they should never be talked to. O celestial sage, you do not know the reaction of true warriors, those who keep the god of death behind them, those who are devoid of any pain or distress in the battlefield, and those whose bodies are cut and pierced by weapons and missiles are undoubtedly praiseworthy. After saying thus, Virabhadra of great power spoke to Devas, May Devas with Indra as their leader listen to my words. I will undoubtedly make the earth rid of Taraka today. He then took a trident and fought with Taraka along with many followers who rode on bulls and held excellent tridents. Those Ganas had matted hair, they had bull for their emblem, they struck with force, they kept Virabhadra at their head, they were as valorous as Virabhadra, all of them wielded tridents, all of them had serpents as ornaments on their limbs, all of them were adorned with twisted and matted locks of hair, they had the crescent moon as their crest jewel. They were blue-throated, they had 10 arms, 5 faces and 3 eyes. They had the royal insignia of umbrellas and chauris. All of them had fiercely powerful arms with Virabhadra at their head, the head of the Ganas, with the valorous exploit of Hara, fought with Daityas who were the dependents of Taraka for their subsistence. Those Asuras were defeated again and again by the Ganas. They were forced to turn their faces to retreat. Then an exceedingly frightful battle ensued between them and the excellent Daityas. Though Daityas were experts in the use of great missiles, the Ganas could not brook them. The Ganas became victorious, defeated by the Ganas, and therefore distressed very much. They, means the Asuras, intimated their discomfiture to Taraka. Taraka, who was desirous of fighting, was noble souled, and the most excellent one among Daityas, entered the army after keeping the bow well bent, in the same way as a fish enters the ocean. Indeed, Virabhadra of great power fought with Daityas in the company of the Ganas. The excellent Daitya of great strength, who became very furious, pounded and shattered by all the Suras, the chief of whom was Indra, and the Ganas, Yakshas, Pishachas, and Guhyakas. Then the tumultuous, exciting battle ensued between Devas and Danavas, wherein Devas, Danavas, and Yakshas took part collectively. Roaring bulls killed the horses along with their horsemen. They struck at the chariots and killed the charioteers. They killed the elephants along with the elephant drivers. All the Asuras were shattered and pierced by the Ganas, who were driving in the chariot or riding on the bulls. Many were completely destroyed. Some who were struck fell down on the ground. Some entered Rasatala. Many fled from the battlefield. Some of them sought refuge with the followers and servants of Rudras. Thus, seeing his army destroyed and scattered, Taraka, the protector of Asuras, became infuriated, and he went ahead in order to kill the groups of Devas. Taraka, the king of Daityas, assumed 10,000 arms. He suddenly mounted a lion and killed them, that is, the Ganas, in the battle. By the lion that had been equipped with an armor, some bulls were torn asunder. Similarly, many Ganas were killed by Taraka himself. This was done by the noble soul Taraka. Then the great Taraka could not be tackled by all the Devas. That Daitya of great and powerful arms became the destroyer of all the three worlds. The Daitya followers of Taraka became superior in strength and invincible. They rode on great vehicles. They were terrific and fully equipped with armor. They were terrible strikers. The Ganas were swallowed by those Daityas, and the bulls were killed by the lions. Those Ganas were being killed in the battlefield, Vishnu laughed and said to Kumara, the favorite son of Shiva, Vishnu said, excepting you, O son of Kritika, there is no one else who can kill this sinner. Hence, O mighty one, my suggestion should be carried out by you, O son of Shiva. You are born for slaying Taraka. Hence, slaying of Taraka should be performed by you. On hearing it, the great lord, the son of Parvati, became angry. He laughingly said these proper words to Vishnu. The wonderful ways of fighting of the noble souled warriors are being observed carefully by me, O Vishnu. I am not well versed in deliberating upon what should be done and what should not be done. I do not at all know who are those who belong to us and who are our enemies. I do not know even why they are fighting and killing each other. On hearing the words of Kumara, Narada spoke these words. Narada said, You are Kumara, O mighty armed one, born of a part of Shankara. You are the master and savior of all the worlds. You are the ultimate goal of Devas. O heroic one, a very severe penance was performed by Taraka formerly, whereby Devas have been defeated and heaven conquered. He attained invincibility by means of severe penance. Indra and the guardians of the quarters have been defeated by him. All the three worlds have been conquered by this vicious souled one himself. Hence, Taraka, the sinful person, should be killed by you. The welfare of everyone should be caused by you, the Lord. On hearing the words of Narada, Kumara, the great lord, descended from his aerial chariot and began to walk on foot. The son of Shiva, in the form of an infant boy, began to run about on foot. He took up in his hand a javelin of great potentiality, endowed with much refulgence like a great comet. On seeing the infant Lord who was advancing towards him, who was very fierce, whose form was unmanifest, and who was the most excellent one among mighty persons, the Daitya Taraka spoke. This Kumara, the infant leader belonging to the excellent Suras, is the destroyer of the enemies of the excellent Suras. I shall be the sole warrior fighting with him. I shall kill all heroic Ganas, the great Ishwaras, and the guardians of the quarters immediately. After saying this, that ever mighty one proceeded towards Kumara in order to fight. That Taraka seized a javelin of exceedingly wonderful nature and spoke these words. Taraka said, how and why is an infant placed in front of me by you all? O you Devas, you are all shameless ones, though whose king happens to be Purandara. Whatever has been done by him is all known to me. Sleeping ones were bound and tortured, being within the womb who have been aborted and caused to fall down. Bahurupa the Asura was killed by the son of Kashyapa. Namuchi the great hero was killed. Vritra was killed too. This Devendra, the slayer of Bala, is desirous of killing Kumara. This Kumara, O Devas, shall undoubtedly be killed by me today. Formerly, O Virabhadra, many Brahmanas have been killed by you in the course of Dakshayagna. I shall show you today the fruit of that action. O highly intelligent one, in the course of the battle, O you expert in the battle, after saying thus, that noble soul, Lord of Daityas, the sole and excellent hero, took up his Shakti of great and wonderful qualities. That Taraka is the most excellent one among those conversant with fighting. Thus the son of Diti was attacked by the greatest lord. He was surrounded by leading Asuras. That powerful Taraka, who usually come out victorious in battle, resolved to fight and kill the Lord. Thus ended chapter 29 of Kedar Khanda under Maheshwara Khanda in Skanda Purana. Namaste Sharada Devi Kashmira Puravasini Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam Vidya Danancha Dehime. Goodbye.